Hello everyone, welcome back. This is about the structure and the shape of the proteins, which are of four types: primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary and quaternary. So if you look at the primary structure, proteins may have the one or more polypeptide chains. Each polypeptide in the protein has a amino acids which are linked together with a specific sequence, and it is this sequence of amino acid that is said to be the primary structure of that protein. If any change in this primary structure, that is sequence of amino acid, creates a different protein. So linear sequence of amino acids in the polypeptide chain will be considered like this. If alanine, then glutamine, then valine, then if any kind of amino acid is going to add up like this, then if a linear chain happens like this, then this is considered as a primary structure. So this primary structure formed between the two amino acid and also many amino acids also, like dipeptide, tripeptide, tetrapeptide, polypeptide like structure. So then linear structure, if it appears, then it is considered as a primary structure. So if you look over the secondary structure here, then shape in which the long polypeptide chain can exist, but it is having the two different shapes, that is alpha helix structure and also beta pleated structure also we can call it, like line to form it will be arranged, so in the sheet form. So that means like this, here it is having the connection like this, so it look like a linear, but they will be having the bonding system in between the two chains. So we call this as a beta pleated sheet structure. Alpha helix also called as a right-handed structure. Here hydrogen bonding between these will happen. What is exactly the alpha helix? It is one of the most common ways in which a polypeptide chain forms all possible hydrogen bonds by twisting into the right-handed screw helix like this. Amino group of each amino acid residue will be like this hydrogen bonded structure. So here we see this structure, and also here how the COOH and also NH groups will be arranged. So we call as a right-handed structure. If you look at the beta pleated structure, the structure will be like this. There you are able to see the structure, find out this linkage also. Side by side will be intermolecular hydrogen bonds will be present, and structure resembles like the pleated fold, or like something which is arranged in the form of the plate like structure. So we call as a beta pleated structure. So secondary structure about like this, and then if you look at the tertiary structure, so overall shape will be like a 3D shape structure where overall folding will be present, and also secondary structure further folding is called it as a tertiary structure. It gives rise to two major molecular shapes. One is fibrous structure, one is globular. Fibrous means like example collagen, keratin, myosin, and globular structure like enzymes, which are very important for our metabolic reactions. Hemoglobin, which is helping for conduction of the oxygen and carbon dioxide, albumins, and the main forces which stabilize the second degree and third degree structures of the proteins are hydrogen bonds, like disulfide bond structures will be present, and will be having the ionic bonds, hydrophobic bonds, van der Waals, and electrostatic forces of or attraction, so determines the biological activity. So when you look at this 3D structure of this tertiary structure only, so here you are able to see the hydrophobic interactions which are fearing of the water, then hydrogen bonding, disulfide bonding, ionic bonding. So types of side chains of in the tertiary chain you can able to see. Heme group, RBC also you can see 2 alpha 2 beta structures will be present. That's all about the tertiary structure. So when you look about the quaternary structure, so some of the proteins are composed of 2 or more polypeptide chains referred to as a subunits also. Spatial arrangement of the subunits with respect to each other is known as a quaternary structure, stabilized by the same bands as tertiary. Hemoglobin 4 subunits and insulin made up of A and B structures like this. A and B structures will be looked at this. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe my channel. Have a nice day.